Hey, bless up, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Try to get settled right quick. Good morning, y'all. Hope y'all doing well. If you can hear me, please give me a thumbs up. Good morning, Growing with Hudson. Good morning, All in the Soil. Gigi, how you doing? Give me a thumbs up if y'all can hear me. Good morning. Brother Lawrence, what's going on? Auntie Bev, Juan, bless up. The experience with Sassy, how you doing this morning? Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Belinda, how you doing? Peace and blessings to you all. Y'all can hear me, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know if y'all can hear me or not. I'm sweating. I'm sweating mainly because of I'm having car problems. Yeah, I'm having my truck. I don't know what's going on with my truck and my brakes. I'm constantly trying to fix them. I think I've replaced almost everything in this world. I'm still not sure what's going on. Passionately intrigued. Arts, how you doing? PIA, how you doing? Many blessings to you all. And welcome to today's edition of Eco Nation News. News that you may or may not be able to use. Now, one thing I want to confess, I work in Eastern Standard Time and I live in Central Standard Time. And sometimes when I set these lives up, I'm not sure which zone it's in because sometimes my phone will bounce back and bounce up. The goal is to be live at 9:45 Central Standard Time. That's the goal. But right now my phone says 10 o'clock. Not sure. If you're on the Eastern Coast, put in the chat what time it is right now. Put in the chat what time it is. TLC, how you doing? What's up, Juan? What's going on? If y'all on Eastern Standard Time or Central Standard Time, put in Eastern Standard Time and tell me what time. Are the breaks script? No, it's worse than that, sweet thumb. My brother, it's like a it's something I can't explain. You know, we do a lot of miles on a routine basis. And sometimes I have the front pads go out real quick. Sometimes the rear have to compensate. And Eastern Standard Time 10:10. Okay. Eastern Standard Time 10:10. So I supposed to went live at 10:45 Eastern Standard Time. But I got an alert saying people was already in the live. They've been waiting on me. And I apologize for the miscommunication. But the goal is to be live at 10:45 Eastern Standard Time, 9:45 Central Standard Time. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and get into it. So as y'all can hear, Sean is doing well. The chicks are growing like crazy, y'all. The chicks are really growing and they are starting to pick up feathers, which is cool. It's always cool to see the animals go through the transition, you know. And I don't know what it is about not allowing working people to be great because for some reason on the weekends it's raining and during the week there's no rain. But all weekend long it has been raining here and trying to get stuff done. And most of the things I need to get done is on the outside. Is a caliper hanging up? That's what my truck had made me grump. Look, Happy Mac, not only does the caliper hang up, I think, but this is the crazy thing. I have changed both front caliper assemblies. I've changed the whole assembly out. I changed the brake booster, the master cylinder. I changed some lines. I mean, I've changed a little bit of everything, y'all. And I even took it to a shop and tried to get a professional, which led me to the booster, which was a waste of money and a waste of time. But I'm not quite sure. I don't know whether there's something deep down in the line or something. I don't know what's going on, but mainly my driver's side is hanging up. Like this time I just put some pads on and I my left side was completely worn all the way down and my right side was fine. So go figure, go figure. Auntie Bev, I hope you're doing well this day. Juan Perez, contest winner. Okay. Congratulations. So apparently he was in the contest. Congratulations to you, Juan. But with that said, we're going to go ahead and get started. So let's talk about Tyson. You know, I'm always talking about Tyson Foods. I talked about some things that may not be pleasant, but today I have some great news. From my understanding, Tyson Food has opened up one of their largest, newest facilities. It's in VA, Virginia, and they are hiring over 400 people in Pennsylvania County, if I do remember correctly. And drop the link. Okay, I appreciate it. I'm finna drop the link. Now y'all got to come on now. If I'm dropping the link, I've been dropping the link for weeks and don't nobody show up. So I'm gonna try to do this. Let me drop this link real quick. Let me share it out. And you are welcome to come on up, y'all. Copy it. Let me drop this link. I'm about to start driving, so I'll be listening in. Work calls. I understand. Trust me, I understand. Let me see if I can drop this link real quick. First of all, how can I comment? Let's see. Comment. I don't see where I can comment, y'all. Let's see. I'm on my phone this time. I'm normally on my laptop, but I'm on my phone this time. Invite guests. Copy. And let's see. Not sure where I don't have a place here on this phone where I can drop a link. Yeah, that's weird. That's very weird. Normally, I can just chat. Let me see if I can respond to someone and drop that link. Once I drop this link, if you can, no, I don't want to ban. I just want to comment. Yeah, the world is being very kind to me right now, y'all. I'm trying my best, but nevertheless, good morning, Shy. How you doing? Good morning. I can't drop anything in the chat. I don't know what's going on. Let me see. Exit solo. That's not it. Stop digging. I got some dogs that love digging in. Uh-oh. I think I went out. Can y'all hear me? I'm back. Awesome. Thank you. So yeah. So right now I got a lot of as y'all saw my video, I covered up a lot of water holes and everything like that. And my dogs are unearthing all of the water hoses, and we know that we're gonna get some 30-degree temperature. But out of all of these 20 acres, they don't mess with none of the other plants. I put in a plant in the ground. They don't mess with none of the other places where I've unearthed. They go directly to where I'm trying to maintain something. And that's what they did. Ain't that how life is? That's how life is, yeah. But it's all good. But yeah, I'm glad to hear about Tyson Food. And we got a couple of other things that are going on in the news. Are you all preparing for this holiday season? Are you all into gifting this holiday season? If y'all can, put in the chat if y'all into gifting. And if you're into gifting, have you done what you needed to do? Have you taken care of everything you need to take care of? Y'all let me know. I'm trying to see if I can switch this over again. So you gifting, Gigi? How many of y'all? I gift prepare type stuff that I find good deals on. That's smart. Auntie Bev gifting year round. That's what's up. We got a few things, but I'm an early shopper. Yeah, I need to be an early shopper. So y'all are gifting only for the, let's see, that one moved a little bit. Only for the 18 and under crowd, and they are done already. Oh, you already on the TLC. That's what's up. I guess I'm gifting. Am I on your list, Shy? I'm just asking. Am I on your list? No, I'm just messing with you. Kathy B, what's going on? How you doing today? Working on it. So let me ask you, if you're gifting, right? And if you're thinking about gifting, what is the best gift that you ever received? If y'all could put it in the chat, what's the best gift that you ever received? Can you remember it? Still working on it. Just have to pick up a shirt for my uncle. I give throughout the year, so I give throughout the year, so I really could pass. Hey, I get it. I get it. I get it. No gifting for me, Kathy B says. Grandma Hudson says, yes, I gifted myself a lot of things. So like, what would be considered a great gift? What is one of your greatest gifts? I done had different great gifts throughout the year. And I'm thinking one of the greatest gifts that I have ever received was my baby, my grandbaby. Yeah, last year. She's almost a year old. Can y'all believe it? She's almost a year old. Grand rising to all. Happy Sunday. What's up, Regina Dwayne? What's going on? Many blessings to you as well. Many blessings. Skills and knowledge was my best gift. Didn't know until old age. Who old, man? You ain't old, auntie. You just beginning. You about halfway stride. Passionate Intrigue says gifting. I collect scales, sales, clearance items, chat move. Clearance items year round, also handcrafting. Cool. That is totally cool. And it's something about a handcrafted gift. It can't be duplicated, can't be replicated. And when you give those gifts, it's something that, I mean, you remember those gifts, and it's from the heart. That's a beautiful thing. No gifting for me. One says a craftsman drill I asked for when I was in school. 30 years later, I still use it. I don't know what it was about them craftsman tools, man. Growing up, I still got some craftsman tools. I remember a skill saw that my uncle gifted me, and that thing had lasted throughout the years, and it was old when he had it. I'm expecting my first grandbaby. Oh, congratulations, G Hud. That is awesome. Try to spoil it as much as you can. Try to spoil as much as you can. Green Grass Grows, how you doing today? Grand Rising King in chat, how you doing, Unbiased? Many blessings to you. Loving the vids with you and the fam too. Much love to y'all. Belinda Allen, how you doing? Brenda Allen, how you doing? Handcrafted are one of the best. Yeah, you're right, Warren. I mean, I love handcrafted gifts. Let's see. Now, one of the things that we're going to be working on the homestead is we're going to be expanding our growing opportunities. So one of the things I've been discussing with Gigi is expanding and actually building some greenhouses. So the goal is to build as many greenhouses as possible. And what I'm thinking about seriously growing some herbs, not only for our consumption, but maybe also to sell if I can get some particular herbs very successful. One of the things that we've been looking at is how can we have the land work for us. And so as you own property, you want to think about how can that property pay for itself and then give you back. So that's one of the things that we're working on. We have some expensive property taxes, and our property taxes are fairly high. I think it's about somewhere under 300 per year, which is a blessing. But I want to get to the part where it would be cool to have the land pay for those taxes and any type of improvements. So thank you. Appreciate it.
I was bringing this to see if
Okay.
I could come up here
Oh yeah.
and then
Can you hold it while I go get the chair?
I'm
and talk
down
to the
here so
chair?
I can get the chair. I'm down so I can get
Okay. Okay. But the goal is, yeah, I did say that under $300. It's well under $300 per year. And I'm going to tell you, it's a blessing. It's a blessing because in the city we paid maybe 10 to 12 times as much as that. So for maybe like a quarter of an acre, and I know it had a house. I know it was close to amenities and this and that. But if you think about it, you got 20 acres for under $300 per year. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. That's high with no home on it. You think that's high? Well, it may be. It may be high to you, but here, I don't know what state you live in, Sweet Thumb, but I don't know where you live, but to me, that's dirt cheap. That's dirt cheap. I'm not sure if we compare it to Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. I'm not sure what we comparing, but if you're comparing California, because you got to think about the state of Florida is the third largest state in the United States. So let's compare apples to apples. If you're looking at California, New York, those are the number one, number two. California, what would be the taxes in California? What would be the taxes in New York? And then maybe Texas. I know Texas is a large state. It's still uninhabited, but I think I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied with that pricing, and I'm grateful for that pricing. You okay? But yeah. So I guess we got a guest here coming in.
I was wondering if you could set it up right here.
Because what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab that stand since we got somebody here, probably.
Well, the stand is gonna be out in the rain, so we good.
Just gotta.
We good. Hey, y'all. Let's see. Put a woman's touch on it.
Gotcha. My head cut off, but it'll be all good. Hey, what's up, Sunday? What's going on?
We're trying to get it together, y'all. I swear.
Just try to put it together just for you. And this is the thing. When you wake up, I just want to let y'all know. You know, when you wake up out here, Houston is the fourth largest what city? Fourth largest city, maybe. And there's so many.
All right. See if that will give your head some space.
There's so many fun facts about some of this stuff.
No, okay.
That
we just gonna make it work.
I think it was fine how it was.
It wasn't because your head was cut off.
Okay. Now I'm just kind of cut off.
Come on over there. Don't be scared.
Okay. Well, my legs, my legs. Let's try that right there.
All right.
That'll work.
Hey, everybody.
That'll work.
That works.
Okay.
That works.
Hands in the dirt. How you doing?
How you doing?
AG exemption takes a wildlife exemption. One of the things that we are bullheaded and stubborn about is we decided with our land, there's a lot of different things, like we could get all kinds of assistance and subsidies. But we really, at this time, I'm not saying it won't happen in the future, but at this time, we really don't want no government involvement. We want very little as possible. I have a thing about when people give you something without people give
ain't nothing free.
Ain't nothing free.
Nothing.
And when you give things to people, most entities, like government entities, I'm not talking about people, but I'm talking about most government entities, when they give you something, you're exchanging something, and you may not know about it now.
Yeah. 20 years down the line when they come knocking.
Or if things get tight or whatever, this and that, you're giving them access, which I know the government, if they want to take whatever they can take, they can take. Yeah. Granted, but I'm not. I want to make them work. Everybody got their own thing.
Whatever it is that you want, we're just talking about us.
That's cheap to me. Love it. I love it too, Hands. What's up, Hands and Dirt?
What's cheap?
So we paid we pay around $200. Be honest with you,
Yeah,
with
yeah,
property tax.
yeah.
It's a little bit over $200.
$198.50. Then
Okay.
when you put in the
You put in the fees
if
and
you
all
pay
that.
online, then they're gonna charge you like an extra $5
So it was
and
lower
some
than I thought.
change
Yeah.
and some stuff. So yeah, like
Yeah.
I just paid it the other day, like $198.50.
So $198.50.
Yeah.
For 20 acres.
20 acres.
That's
And that's
less than
because
$10.
that's because we are zoned agricultural. So that's one of the things that we were looking for is that we were looking for a property that was zoned agricultural already. We didn't want to have to go through the process of trying to apply for this and apply for that in order to get zoning changes, because that could take a really, really long time, just kind of depending on where you're at. But yeah, we wanted to make sure that we bought a property that was already zoned for agricultural use. So we really we came to a place where that wasn't hard.
So
Hi,
Sweet Thumb says, was asking, I'm in Mississippi. I'm about a tenth for 8 acres.
About a tenth for 8 acres.
I'm not quite sure. Yeah, if you can reword that so I can understand what you're saying. Sunday Backyard, he's speaking to everybody. Hi, y'all. What's up, Sunday?
Hi, Passionately Intrigued. Hi, All in the Soil. Hi, Happy Mac.
I pay $4K a year on 12 acre. Kills me. You're right. Make the land pay for itself, though. Yeah. And this is the thing, y'all. If you're thinking about embarking or you're thinking about obtaining property, right?
Hi, Green Grass Grows.
What's up? Try to think of some ways to get it to pay for itself. I mean, even if you got a car, even whatever you got. And right now, at our stage in our life, we're just thinking about creative solutions.
Assets over liabilities.
Yeah.
We want to turn anytime we're at the point now where when we spend money, we want it some type of way to be an asset to us. So man, I wanted that assets over liabilities t-shirt from Earn Your Leisure, but that bad boy $70 just for the t-shirt.
Print it yourself. Well, man, don't we have some printers?
I don't know if they got it registered.
Just put some. It's words.
Cause but still, you know, they huge.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
It's just words, but they're huge, and you know, you don't want them coming after you about them. You know, they'll skip over everybody else and be like, what the Eco Neighborhood Gigi Naturals just do.
As in the dirt says, I got to give these folks close to $4K within the next 10 days for taxes for about a little more than a half an acre. Yeah, that thing get real.
In the city.
And that's where we were. I don't know what we paid.
Close to the city.
What we paid in the city.
Well, let me tell y'all, for those who don't know, you know, you're first time home buyer, go ahead when you buy your home and file for homestead exemption. And that way you won't have to pay the full amount. Ours was crazy, but after we filed homestead exemption, I think you have to file by March in our state. But we just go ahead immediately and be like, hey, we need to file for this homestead exemption. It's gonna knock a whole lot down off of your
25,000 tax accessible.
Yeah, so we ended up, I think when we left, we were at over 2,000. But if we hadn't done that, we would have had to pay a whole. No, it was more than that.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would have had to pay a lot more.
Now, understand, when you claim homestead exemption, it's no different between like a lot of these grants. They don't give you something for nothing. So do your research and look and see, do you want to do that? But it is a cost savings.
It's a huge cost savings.
Yeah.
It's a huge. Hey, Veggie Farming, how you doing? Juan Perez, how you doing?
Happy Max says $70. Ooh, $70. That's what you pay for your property tax?
No, he said $70. Wow. I said, didn't I say something about $70? I don't know. I don't remember.
Homeowners insurance just as bad as taxes. Now my insurance snuck in a huge increase on me. Messed up my escrow.
Yeah, escrow. Been there. We've been there a couple of times. We've been there a couple of times. They come up with something.
You don't quite have enough in escrow. Let
me just say this, okay? One of the things that we went through with that All in the Soil was was our taxes were very, very high, and they kept going up. They were jumping like 500 per year on our taxes. And so one of the things that I called the insurance company, and they were like, well, you're going to need to get, because I was looking for new insurance because they just kept jumping up. So the lady told me that you're going to need to get a 4-point inspection. Okay. And what a 4-point inspection is an inspection that is going to check your roof. It's going to check your AC, your HVAC. It's going to check your electrical. And it was one more thing. I can't remember what that other thing was, but it's going to check either those 3 or 4 things. And once we did that, we paid maybe $200 to get that inspection done, $200-300. Get that inspection done. I turned in the report to them. And when they got that report, we dropped from like $2,500 all the way down to like $1,200 on insurance.
Winning.
Because, and they were trying to tell us, you know, you're going to have to get a new roof. And we were like, ain't nothing wrong with our roof. And we still have years on it since this roof has been put in. And so the inspector was able to confirm that. And then that gave us like, it cut us in half over, you know,
especially if you got an older home. One of the challenges, especially in the state of Florida, is the insurance companies, they are tapping out. What's up, Z? A lot of them are tapping out.
Lawrence, how you doing? Sorry, go ahead.
And therefore is raising the cost because of the risk. Florida always had hurricanes, always had this stuff. But now what they're doing is a lot of the older homes, they are changing, basically dropping a lot of them.
Yeah, and Florida is vicious, man. It's vicious. So that's why I'm always telling people, you know, don't listen to anything we say about Florida pricing and all of that, because it's going to be totally different in other places. That's why I just hate giving people pricing, and people be getting frustrated because I don't want to give them pricing, but I'm like, it's not going to be the same in Florida. We can go across this line, and we can buy Alabama, 20 acres for $30,000.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like,
it just ain't like that in Florida.
No.
It's just not the same. It's not going to be the same, even though the people right across the line are going to get the same hurricane strength that we get. They're going to get the same stuff. There's just something about the state of Florida where they're going to get you. They're just going to get you. We love it here, but they're going to get you. So, Brother Lawrence said my 2 acres is $400 and some change a year with taxes. I'm on the Gulf Coast of Mississippi. That's pretty good for the Gulf Coast.
Yeah.
And because
you know, I don't know, Brother Lawrence, you building, you're in the process of building. Now, one thing that for those of you who may be considering or maybe thinking about buying a home or what have you, one of the things that when you build or when you buy, your value goes up, so therefore your taxes go up.
Yeah. So when we put a structure, when we put another structure on here, best believe the price is going to go up, but it's still going to be controlled because the property is zoned ag. So it's still going to be really, really controlled in terms of how much the price goes up, even when we put a house out here. Hi, Unbiased. How you doing? My 8 acres central Mississippi cost me about $40. $200 for 20 in Florida with no house. Sounds good though. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, everywhere is cheaper than Florida.
A little bit different. Yeah, it's a little bit different.
Everywhere is cheaper than Florida.
But I know it's so many benefits in being in Florida. Some people be like, why you still stay in Florida?
We just love it.
Yeah, it not only is the vibe, you know, like once you're in, the vibe is different.
Yeah.
The people are a little bit more upbeat. Yeah, the people a little bit. And then we're in the South. So whether you like it or not, the South is the South. But when you're talking about cities and you're talking about places you go, you know, we can get to Tampa, we can get to Orlando, we can get wherever we
You
need
get
to go.
Atlanta,
Yeah, Atlanta,
you know.
whatever, you know. So anytime we want something that's a little bit unique, a little bit different, we can easily get out. But come on, you're less than an hour to a beach. You always got ponds. You always got lakes. You always got fishing spots. You always
Yeah.
got outdoor recreational. If you're not into outdoors, it's probably not the state for you.
Mhm.
But if you love being outdoors, you love going to state parks, you love biking, you
We
love
have some
trails.
beautiful state parks,
Yes,
man.
and they're free.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Except for some of them, it may
some
be
of
the
them make you pay
federal will make you pay
to
$4 or
come in.
$5, but you can get a pass.
Yeah.
But it seems like every state park that I go to, especially in Georgia, you have to pay
Yeah. Yes. Oh, $70 was
for
for
a
the shirt.
shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah.
shirt
That's
was
what I say,
$70.
$70, and it's a
Yeah.
T-shirt.
But it's earn your leisure. So earn your leisure is humongous. So they can say $200 for that T-shirt, and people are still gonna buy that T-shirt. So they get on average like a million views per video. People are gonna buy this shirt. You know what I mean?
Just imagine Eco Nation shirts.
I know. Hey, one day it's gonna be there. That's another reason I'm moving to a better tax location and rent style home. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Regenerative Wayne, how you doing? Eco Neighbor, think about setting up a glam Airbnb with beautiful yurts on your wooded property. This is getting very popular and lucrative. Yeah, they kind of spanking Airbnb right now. Not to say we still wouldn't do it, but they spanking Airbnb. They you know, they attacking. It's on a larger front. You know, it's not just a couple of people don't like Airbnb, but it's some people in some really high places that are really attacking Airbnb because it's messing with
cities and some counties they don't like. It's mainly what I'm noticing. The majority of them are mainly in the cities, in the metropolitan areas, because what a lot of the residents in the community, they don't like people coming and going. They feel like it's affecting their property value.
Let's keep it real though, Eco Neighbor.
I know.
Let's keep it real. You know, it's affecting the hotel industry.
Of course.
It's affecting that industry.
Yeah.
And so the people in the high places that have been talking about it, they ain't residents of no neighborhood. They most of the time, these people that are talking.
Regional Sky Girl.
Hi, Regional Sky Girl. How are you?
You're new. Like you're new.
I've seen Regional Sky Girl before.
Yeah. Okay.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Beautiful smile. Welcome back. Kathy B, how you doing? Thanks for the info. I will look into it. You are quite welcome. Veggie farming. So yeah, homestead owner exemption. I'll look into it. Yeah, the homestead exemption saves a lot on taxes. So you definitely want to get that and resilient that. Yeah, the 4-point inspection. Yes, get that.
You know, after that 4-point inspection,
hot water heater. That's what it was.
All I had to do after that 4-point inspection, all I had to do was replace my hot water heater.
Yeah.
And guess what? Now this is a trick. I replaced it and it wasn't satisfactory, right? But I had to get a professional to sign off and replace. So what we did, we disconnected it and got a Roto-Rooter to come out and to connect it.
Yeah.
For a little bit of nothing.
Yeah.
And when they signed it off, we submitted it and it was approved.
Yeah.
So you gotta think outside the box sometimes. It saves a lot of money. If I would have had to get someone to come in, to bring it in, to do everything, but all we had to do was get it connected by a professional, and we passed.
And they signed off.
They signed off.
We submitted the paper to the insurance company, and they were good. Ordinary Chick, how you doing? Grand Rising. Who else in here? Oh wow, thanks so much for the info. I got almost 10 acres, and that homeowner insurance is so ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. And just also talk to some of your insurance companies and find out some ways that you can reduce some of your, because they do a risk assessment. Insurance is all about calculated risk. Not that I know anything about insurance.
A little bit, huh?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. But insurance is all about calculated risk, right? Basically, what's the risk of us losing on this financial transaction? And the higher the risk, the higher your premiums. Same thing with life insurance, health insurance, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Just like with your job, they take a group of individuals. Your job, they'll look at the age, the race. They'll look at a lot of different stuff and they'll value that job and that business. Like you can go to a job where you got more youth and your insurance, group insurance may be cheaper. You go to another job where you got more elderly people working there and your group insurance may be higher. So it's all about those calculated risks, and they just taking a look at those risks.
Yeah. Auntie Bev Jones. Hi, Auntie Bev. Says our future land will not need a 4-point inspection, tin roof, and will rebuild if something gets broken. Pay it off is my motto, with some things that need recurring and fluctuating insurance costs. Yeah, Auntie Bev, if you're gonna do what your plan is, what I think sounds like something like this. So yeah, you can kind of pay for it cash. If you're a saver, I'm gonna put it like that. If you know how to save, and I'm gonna stop even saying save, because I'm stopping with all of the saving and I'm putting more into investment so that we can get a return. Get a return on everything. So simple things like
before you dive, let's explain something. So like this cabin behind us, this is our daughter's cabin, right? It's a 1-bedroom studio cabin that we brought out here. If we had just say $25,000 to $30,000 with a credit or cash, do we need insurance on this? No. What we need maybe like liability insurance for if someone comes here and get hurt. Yeah, you would probably need that. But replacement costs for insurance, we really wouldn't need it, because with that cash, we could turn around and buy another facility. So there's rich people who don't have property insurance because they can replace anything. You know, like some people have land for hunting, and just like this land, just say we had this land for hunting and everything. Thank you, All in the Soil.
Yeah, All in the Soil says, thanks for the tips, because when I got that letter saying they're going to increase the mortgage to fix the escrow, I was looking for a solution. And All in the Soil, let me say this to you. You can go ahead and pay that. Like with our insurance, they told us that you can go ahead and pay like the extra if you want to keep your escrow the same. So this is why I'm always talking about savings or investing, because if you have the extra 400, 500, 1,000, whatever it is, then you can go ahead and tell them, hey, I'm just going to send you the money, and that way you can keep my escrow the same. But our company would let you do that.
Because, you know, let's face it, people, month to month, it matters. You know, like if you like, I remember when we used to get income tax check return, we would be proactive and just forward pay things.
Yeah.
That way, our month to month can be stable.
Yeah.
And if you can stabilize your month to month, you can be winning in all facets, in all ways. So think about different things, you know, recycling. Think about reducing your electric bill, your gas bill.
Yeah.
You know, go and seal up them doors. It's wintertime. Think about your hot water heater. You might want to put a blanket around but a hot water heater blanket. Be creative. There's a lot of different things you can do, especially if you got hot water heater in the basement and the cool, damp, wet areas. You want to, if you can insulate anything that you can, you might want to build a room around certain things to insulate it. You might want to change some of your light fixtures. You might want to get some high energy appliances. Just be creative on some of the things so you can
energy efficient.
High energy efficient. Yeah, I'm sorry, but y'all understood what I'm saying. But you want to just think about some things that you can do to reduce your month to month costs, because we already know with interest rates high, we know what the cost of increases in everything, food, everything. You want to be proactive and find different creative ways that you can reduce your month to month, because that's what matters to a lot of people, you know.
Yeah.
If they can get that month to month nice and low, it's easier to maintain in life.
Don't get so caught up in the interest rates right now, y'all. Everything is gonna go up.
Yeah.
Your mortgage, sometimes if you live in a state like ours with the insurance going up, yeah, your mortgage is gonna go up a little bit. But like I said, you can go ahead and pay that extra and then tell them to keep your escrow the same if because they give you a period of time to go ahead and pay whatever the extra amount is that it has gone up. Remember that 4-point inspection, which could help to lower the rate of your insurance on your house. And also just know that rent gonna go up too.
Yeah.
It's gonna go up too. And so this is the society that we're in. You have to be ready. If you're going to become a homeowner, a landowner, you have to be ready to be responsible. I hear so many people talking about, and to me, it's just making an excuse not to be disciplined in order to go into the real estate space. But the difference is, y'all, is that even though it goes up, you're going to be able to get your equity. When you leave that rental, you get nothing.
Yeah.
You're not going to get a single thing
and people will tell
except
you,
for another bill telling you that you messed up the carpet, or you put one too many holes in the wall to hang up your family pictures and all of that stuff. Yes, that's what you're going to get, probably an extra bill after they done got your $40,000 per year that you were paying. So
Resilient Dad had a question.
Does taxes increase when you clear land without a structure at the time? And speaking for the ag zoned land, it didn't for us.
So
we paying the same price. We're going. This is our second year, so our price did not. Even though we got permits for 2 structures to go out here, we got permit for well, septic, RV. We got all of these permits. Yeah. It still didn't go up for us.
So let's think about this, Resilient. It really depends on how active your tax assessor's office in your county is. Now, if you're in a progressive area, ever changing, popular hotspot, you may get more activity, and they may value it a little bit higher than normal. Yeah. So nothing is set in stone. True. It really depends on your location. If like, for instance, if we were in Leon County, like we used to be in Tallahassee,
they be tripping, y'all.
They got crews that ride around for all kinds of stuff. Just to look
for you.
I mean, you can't live in RVs. You can't do a lot of stuff.
You can't do anything that we're doing.
And so you have to really be strategic about where you buy and acquire your land, and try to find places that are maybe not as progressive. Try to find a place, typically wherever the main hub, the city is, you want to be probably 2 counties over. Yeah. If you can get 2 counties over from the metropolitan booming section, if you can do at least that, you typically will find, unless there's another metropolitan area touching that, but you typically will find win-win situations. So it just really means that if you got an area and they deem it as valuable, then they're going to typically go up on your value. When you go up on your value, your assessed value, your taxes go up.
Thank you, Drew. Thank you for that. It says he's proud of us. Thank you.
Oh,
we're looking at container home or tiny home to add to our 1-acre property. Yeah, the if your area allows that stuff,
and that's the biggest thing.
Do that, because you can save so much money. Can you imagine? Like we did the numbers, on how much money we could be saving if we just weren't putting so much in gas. Off-gridding, I remember Love Note saying, off-gridding is not cheap. It's not cheap. And then when we got out here, we were like, dang, Love Notes knew something that we didn't know at the time. Because we were just thinking about, okay, well, we're not going to have this. We're not going to have that to pay for. We're not going to have this to pay for. So, but we didn't consider the fact that the gas was going to go up to $4 per gallon. and we didn't consider the fact that we're going to need so much of it. We
It's
also,
energy. I mean, people, y'all don't realize how much energy we use.
yeah,
I mean, I think Regenerative got a good idea of it, but if you think about what you use right now, you're watching us, whether you're on a cell phone, whether you on a computer, whether you on a TV, it uses energy.
yeah,
If you have your climate control right now, if you have, whether it's the furnace or what, it's using energy. If you got lights on in your house, it's using energy.
yeah.
We use so much energy. You might hear water running in the background. It's using energy.
Mhm.
When you're off grid, you got to power that somehow.
Yeah.
And you're going to diversify. It's just like, imagine if we did nothing but solar right now. So for the last 4 days, we wouldn't have no energy.
Yeah,
right?
child,
Because it's been overcast.
It's been
Yeah.
just overcast the whole
And
time.
if
So,
you get cold temperatures or cool temperatures with overcast, you're draining all of your energy
Yeah.
whatsoever. So therefore, you're going to need to get some gas. You're going to need to get a gas generator. You're going to need to recharge your batteries. You don't want your batteries to go so low, because on our RV, we can't let our batteries go low, though we're going to constantly be buying batteries.
yeah,
So one of the things that we find, if you're permanently living like this, you're going to need to replace most of your batteries once a year.
hmm
I mean,
like seriously.
yeah, seriously, expect to replace. If you're going to do, say, okay, we're going to take a RV and we're going to live off grid, and we're going to live off grid for a couple of years until we decide what we want to do and how we want to do it, right? Or until we decide to build a home or what have you. Expect certain costs. You're going to have
Yeah.
certain things that's going to slowly. I hear a lot of people talking about coming and visiting Florida. Stay in Florida. They have a lot of luxury camping areas here. You know, we consider some of that, and we not taking it out, because I know Regenerative Dad got some solutions, and a lot of those solutions we have explored, and we are still.
Wayne.
I mean, I'm sorry, Regenerative Wayne. We still are exploring those options, but
Yeah.
one of the things, we lay our head here,
Yeah.
and it'll be different if we didn't stay here all the time.
Yeah, every day.
Yeah, we here every single day. And
Every day,
the idea of traffic and unknown people coming and going is not as attractive.
Mhm.
We moved out here because we wanted peace. We wanted
Yeah.
silence. We wanted to do our own things. We want our
Man, y'all
dogs
ought
to run.
y'all ought to see Eco Neighbor driving out of Tallahassee. Boy, I'd be like, oh my God, I'm trying to hold on. be booking it trying to get out of Tallahassee.
It's just something about this thing, you know, like when I get off live, I already know me and the dogs, we're gonna walk the trails. It's just, they be looking forward to it. I don't have to
get past that first county though. Like that first county is still like nonsense.
Yeah.
Once we come out of Tallahassee, but we get to that second county over, we just like, whew.
Everything changes.
If y'all could see the sun, the way the sun looks over in the area where we are, if y'all could see the way the sun sets, I mean, I put it on. Hi, Hilly Means. How you doing? I put it on my last video, trying to get a glimpse of how the sun sets, how beautiful it is. But when you're out here, it's like we have a field not too far from here, and we go and just stop sometimes and just watch the sunset over that field. Oh my God, it's incredible. It's like you just don't see that type of stuff.
You don't have planes interrupting. You don't have cities and skyscrapers. You don't have a lot of horn blowing and ambulance ringing and sirens ringing, and it's just quiet. I mean, we can hear cars tiptoe through the sloshing of the mud roads. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
I was talking about how you can feel stuff too. It's like we've been out here for almost 2 years now. Well, yeah. And we're like, we can feel stuff. You can feel when something is off.
Yeah,
when something ain't right.
Walking up on you and everything.
Yeah, it's like it's so strange. Family Man. Hey, Family Man says, right, glad I'm hearing this now because I had Airbnbs in my future plans. Thanks for that, Gigi. Family Man, I'm gonna say this. Don't put it out of your future.
No.
Just consider the area that you're in. There are some groups that are online on Facebook where they are just for Airbnb owners. If you saw the banker come on to the Gigi Naturals channel a couple of months back, the conversation that we were having, she is doing fantastic with her Airbnbs in Tallahassee. So it just really depends. It's going to depend on where you are, and also what
L for location.
Location, and location.
When it comes to real estate,
yes.
I'm serious. Location.
Yeah.
You can throw out everything that could go wrong if you got the perfect location.
Yeah.
You can throw out all the naysayers, everything, if you got the perfect location.
Yeah.
But you got to think about this. It's like originally we had plans to put some cabins back here tucked in the woods. We had planned to kind of put a few things in here and maybe we're not saying we're going to not take it out, because we still got the first half of this, maybe the first 6-7 acres. We could do this and then partition out the rest of the acreage, and we can live back on the back section of the acreage. We considered that too. But it's so many opportunities, y'all. It's unlimited, and you could just pick what you want to do and how you want to do it.
Hillamine says, I'm in California and want to move back to and buy land in the South. Land prices are skyrocketing. I'm not able to afford a purchase or move yet, but I'm preparing for that today. And you're right, the land prices, the raw land
everybody's
prices,
talking about housing and
raw land prices are not going down. We seeing, because we watch, we have notifications coming all day to our phone because we constantly looking for properties. So we noticed that the housing prices are dropping. We're noticing people cutting them prices by 25, 30, 40, $50,000 because the market, especially in the Tallahassee area, it's not quite popping like it was. It's still high. It's still overpriced.
It's coming back to reality.
It's coming back to reality now.
Because all these inflated prices and how we were getting beat out when we was trying to pay for it.
It was
ridiculous. We put $30,000 above asking price, and we still getting beat by $40,000. You know what I'm saying? It was hot. It was crazy. But it's starting to subside. One thing that I'm loving about property, people are being more and more aware about owning property. One thing I would encourage you, try not to look for small tracts if you can. Try to get larger tracts of land. The price per acre is big difference. And the reason why I'm encouraging you to do this, say if you bought 1 acre or 2 acres, you might spend, I'm saying in Florida, this is only Florida, you might spend 30 to 50 to $500,000 for that acre, right? Depends on where you are, right? But if you buy a bunch of acres, you don't have to keep all those acres. You can still section it off, and you can sell that.
About it, and you can sell.
But your per acre price is a whole lot better. You got a deal. So just think about this. I bought 10, 20, 30, 40 acres.
But I don't need all that.
And I keep maybe 5.
Yeah.
And then sell the rest of it.
Yeah.
And then guess what? When you break that thing up, you're gonna have more money than if you would just bought that one piece at a time. Another thing is, make sure before you buy land, check your zoning. You got some rural areas where you can only allow 1 house per 5 to 10 acres. I remember in Wakulla County, before they got really populated, they used to have 1 house per 5 acres.
Yeah.
Pay attention to your zoning. I'm going to say that over and over.
All of that.
Talk to
before you get a property. Make sure you check all of that. This thing is really ugly.
Let's take this off and let's put it back how we.
Well, no, because your head was cut off.
I can adjust it.
Okay. All right. So let me just go down, and that way I can see the comments moving.
Facts, equity. What? Okay. I was trying to. It's a lot. It's a lot of conversation.
Yeah, it's a lot of conversation
that I would love to kind of address some of them, because some people did have questions.
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead. Just work it. We'll work it.
Okay.
I
Hey,
apologize.
girl. How you
If you
doing?
did have a question, if y'all can put it in the
Yeah,
chat
put it in the
again.
chat. We
because
going down to the
I
bottom. We
apologize.
going to the bottom.
Yeah,
Hi,
we're going all the
David.
way to the bottom. What's up,
Hi,
David?
Regina.
Regina.
How you doing? We going to the bottom. So
Yeah.
if it was, hey,
Hey,
Miss
Shirley.
Shirley, how you doing? If it was really important, just put it hey, AOVO on the farm, how you doing?
Hey, AOVO.
Urban Gardener, Farmer Marshall Urban Gardener. Hello,
What's
how are you
going on?
doing?
Welcome.
One of my biggest sorrows is that both of my parents sold their part of family land to their brothers, rural raw land in Mississippi. Yeah, I mean the family thing can be sticky sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
But hey, it can be sticky. All in the soil. Belinda, I got family in Monticello, Florida. They got some great land out there for sale. Yeah, Monticello is
Interesting.
interesting.
Beautiful,
it's a nice area.
Beautiful area.
Urban Backyard Container Gardener is from
Really?
Monticello. Yeah, he's in Central Florida now, but he's from Monticello.
Okay.
He always tells me that he's from Monticello.
One thing I
coming back there,
want
he
I
has
want
land over
to
there.
encourage you to please do. The reason why we say Monticello is beautiful land, without a doubt, hands down. It's rich land, but it is in Jefferson County, Florida, and a lot of Florida. One thing about Florida, you got to be cautious. Wetland.
Yes.
Wetland.
Same with Wakulla County.
Florida, period. Beautiful land.
Some areas are just worse than others.
Watch your plants. When you go looking and exploring on Florida's property, look at the plants. The plant's going to tell you what's going on out there.
Walk on that land.
Walk on that land and do me a favor.
Start doing a certain thing.
You start getting consumed by that land.
You think it's just all rich.
But it's really when it's raining.
Yeah.
Definitely. If you get a good hard rain and you're looking at some property, go. Yeah. Go out there on that property and explore. We seen land where it was perfectly dry and it was hot and dry. It even had some hills.
It was the worst was the flat ones.
Oh my goodness.
Those were the worst. And I think that's why when we started looking again too, we were like, we don't need no flat land, because every time we got some flat Florida land, guess what happened? The water sits. And that last one, man.
You see that earth dark black.
Yeah.
Beware.
Yeah. Dig a little bit. Take your little spade out there and
you might hit water. Yeah. You might just hit water. My well ain't but 15 feet. I believe it.
I believe it.
I believe
you, man.
I believe it. You don't have to tell me. I have inherited land in Mississippi. The state is putting a bypass close to it. Now I keep getting offers for developers. It's crazy. Winning.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Yes.
That is wonderful. Listen, take the highest price.
Man, got it going on.
The highest price. That is fantastic.
Man, they put
we love stuff like that. Listen, that's why I'm buying tax deeds. Because some of that stuff. Listen.
So you want to talk a little bit about tax lien property? Do you want to talk about it? We can talk about it. We can talk about it. Have y'all bought it, or you considered doing tax lien property? And so for the people that may be new to this, tax liens, basically, as we was talking about our property tax. So imagine this year we didn't pay our property tax. Mm-hmm. We didn't pay the $198, right? Mm-hmm. For the 20 acres. Mm-hmm. And then come next year, we didn't pay. For the third year, we're going to have to get up off of this property, right? Yeah, mainly the second year in Florida. Every state is a little bit different. Every caveat, every state is a little bit different.
And counties in the states are also different.
So typically where we are in our state and our county, the third year it goes up for auction.
Yes.
So the first year that we didn't pay, there's an auction for that year taxes. Mm-hmm. So if you wanted to go in and say, hey, I'm going to pay their tax for this year, right? Mm-hmm. You will pay our taxes, the $198 plus a percentage on top of that. And now what you do in the auction, you bid for that percentage on how much you're paying over that. The winner of that percentage.
How much percent you want?
How
much percent you want back for covering? Let me rephrase that, because I think you probably got a little
cable because it's running low.
Confusion. Hold on, guys. All right. Okay, so for a tax lien, the way it works is you'll have people who don't pay their taxes. So for instance, like he was saying, if we hadn't paid our taxes by, say, May of 2024 and our 2023 taxes are already due, they're going to, by May, they're going to be auctioning off the lien to our property. They're going to put a lien on it because you haven't given the county their tax money. They need those tax dollars for different things, for roads, for schools, for all types of infrastructure. They need those tax dollars. All right, bear with us just a second. We're going to have to plug in, y'all. Okay, so they need those tax dollars. They need you to pay your taxes. If you're not paying your taxes, then they can't do what they need to do. They can't pay the county employees and all of that stuff. So they need your tax dollars. All right, so they're going to sell the paper to your property. They're going to sell the lien. So what our county does is whoever says they want the lowest percentage on top of what you paid for their taxes. So the person who has the property of the delinquent taxes, they're going to have to pay. If EcoNeighbor won the bid and he says, okay, I want 16%, and 16% was the lowest bid, because Gigi could have came in and said, hey, I'll pay their taxes, but I want 20%.
And most of
Bev could have come in and said,
that high though.
Yeah, but in certain places, listen, I've seen it go for 30-something, 35%.
Crazy,
it gets crazy. So that's why it's a great investment, and you know you're gonna get your money back, or either you're gonna get that property.
You're gonna get rights to the property.
You're gonna get at least those rights to the property. So if somebody else comes in and say I'll pay 18, then Eco says, nah, I'll pay you 16%. And nobody goes below that, Eco wins it. He done paid the $198. Plus, when you come back, if you come back for your property, you're gonna have to pay him the $198 that he paid.
The county, and the county pays me.
Right.
So you don't have to know in between.
Yeah, ain't no touching feeling.
Yeah.
But EcoNeighbor is then owed 16% on top of what he paid in your taxes.
Correct.
Okay, now for a deed, that's different. So a tax deed sale is when you gonna own the property. If you win the auction, you're going to own the property, and the amount of discount that you get is wild. It's crazy. So then you can turn around and resell that property, and boom, you in there. So getting in. I already got my account set up for my county, going to the next county over and getting an account set up for that as well. So if y'all want to get into listen, this real estate game is no joke. JK Gardner, how are you doing?
Yes, girl.
It happened to my sister this year. They were placing her property up for auction and found out from the clerk that they were overcharged the past few years. So they are owed money. Wow.
Wow.
Oof. Yeah, it gets sticky out here. It gets sticky out here. But I'm telling you, get in this real estate game, even because see, a lot of people don't understand. They think that you're gonna have to have $10,000 on hand, $12,000, 15, 20, 30. That's not always the case. It depends on where you are. It depends on where you're bidding.
So one of the things that I want to kind of emphasize with Gigi, just say you don't have a lot of money. Just say you're not at the place where you want to put in years upon a mortgage, or you limited on your resources. Consider taking a look at some of those tax liens. consider getting in the middle of that, because there's a process in that too. You know, like you might get that first year, the person might get the second year. You having that first year, you had a competitive advantage because they just say they go delinquent, right? And just say now the property goes up, you have first dibs to that property. All you have to do is pay the second person that tax and their interest, and now you own that property, right? Or if it goes up for auction, you still gonna get paid. You still gonna get your money, you know. So it's kind of a win-win situation.
When my father was alive, this is ALVO on the farm, Illinois. My father was alive. He bought tax lien property. The following year, he received a notice for back taxes 5 years earlier. He was upset. Hold on. He was upset, but he paid them. The following year, he received. It cut off.
Yeah, it cut off the rest.
It cut off. But listen, there are typically, thank you, Resilient Dad. This is gold. Imagine the people in our community alone that will benefit from your excellence. So share out the video. Share the videos. Thank you so much, Resilient Dad, for that. And y'all share the video out. I mean, if it's helpful, please do that, because that's how the algorithm is going to come. Listen, the algorithm is something else. There are still human controllers that are back there, but if you all share the video out, it helps more people to be able to find the channel more than just a certain segment of people, because that's what we found, is that our channels are just getting stuck in certain segments, and we ain't gonna go there, but you know, there's valuable information here. They sell tax lien here on Tuesday mornings on the courthouse steps. A lot of elderly people have lost their homes. Yeah.
And years ago, I'm glad you said the hands in the dirt. Years ago, I kind of pulled away from it because I remember there was this county that I watched people lose their home, and they were all elderly people. They didn't understand the process. They were still looking in like a baffled, confused way, and they was watching their property being sold on the steps of the courthouse. And I kind of walked away. But then my question is, and I want to encourage and challenge you all, who get it if I walk away? Who's going to get it if I walk away? Or what about us coming together and doing some funding and saying, hey, I just paid $500, $600, $1,500 for your house. Here your house go. You know, I think that we shouldn't turn our backs. And when we see opportunities to give and to help, sometimes we need to be the disruption, you know, of that process. I can't say why or however things happen, but I can imagine being 80, 90 years old, and now your pension is ran out. You're living off of Social Security that was rated back in whenever it was. And you're looking at these increased prices like we see right now. Imagine trying to keep up with that, you know, and your money's not increasing. So my heart goes out to a lot of people like that, but I still encourage us to get involved, because guess what? If we get involved, we can turn the tables on a lot of that stuff too.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Appreciate that,
ALVO. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. The Virginia Bushcrafter said, just joining, what county are you speaking of, and what is the redemption period, if there is one? He wasn't talking about a particular county. But we have in
one county I was looking at here recently, they're down to the last hour, to the last day, and they are paying their back taxes to keep from losing their deed sales.
They will wait until the very last moment, because some people probably trying to,
and it has the time, and it says that they
have until this time, and it'll say that they redeemed it literally at the last minute. So that was in Gadsden. That was Gadsden County, Florida, where we were looking at there. But every county is different.
And the only reason why we're not being as transparent, we really not trying to disclose who we are.
Yeah, we definitely are not, like, our location is, those who know. I mean, hey, Juicy with Jay, what's up, Cali, bro? How you doing? The real estate game is really good. I know you know. You really have to do your research. I'm so glad you said that, because that was one of the points that I was coming. Not be in a hurry, people. Do your research.
Don't rush with getting into no real estate.
Yes.
If you like, okay, I know we're gonna do this, but don't drag your feet either now.
Yeah.
A good deal is a good deal, but when you see a good deal, ask why.
Yeah.
Now there are people out there that go out and say, hey, they have inherited land. They not planning on moving back where they're going. They're not planning on staying. The place is just slowly deteriorating, and you can find some good deals. You might ride around and just look for those kind of properties, distressed properties, and then you look up on the property tax assessor's office. You go and you look at who owns it, and you might mail them a letter, because they don't have phone numbers in there. They might have an address. You might mail them a letter, giving them an offer for the property. And there's so many ways to get into the real estate game that there's no excuse for us to have an excuse. Even if you go, I might be here in Florida. I might look somewhere in North Alabama or West Virginia, and I could go buy a property, do some research, and then I might turn around and sell that property, or I might lease that property out. Or like some other people say, Airbnb it. Now, Airbnb in West Virginia may not be that, quote, attractive, but you'll be amazed on how many people just want a weekend getaway just to get out of there.
And a lot of those people, when we started having all of the work from home jobs, a lot of them were talking about, we going to West Virginia.
They went to West Virginia. Low taxes,
went up there,
low real estate, and no people.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people attracted.
Not a whole lot of people. What is the percentage rate you get if owners redeem the property?
You get your money back. That's a beautiful thing.
And whatever you bid it on, whatever the percentage that you bid it, that's what you get.
So imagine this: $198 for our acreage, right? I didn't pay. Say Stephanie came in and say, I'll pay the $198 plus 10%. And just say I go back in come next year and say I'm going to pay my back taxes, right? So what I would have to do is pay the $198 plus the 10%. That money then goes, and then fees.
Yeah.
The county has fees for administrative fees, for auction fees. It's a bunch of stuff. It's not just the $198 plus 10%. It's a lot of other fees that me as a taxpayer have to pay to get back that redemption, right? So I pay that to the county. The county then takes that $198 plus that 10% and pays Stephanie. And then
it's all good.
And then from that point on, everything is put back into place.
Yeah, a resilient dad said the movie Last Black Mom in San Francisco. Man, okay, my bad. Sorry. The glass in San Francisco shows how cold the game is in Cali. Knowledge and action is vital. It is vital. Here's the thing, is that when it comes to real estate, I will take risks. A lot of people are not built like me, but me, when it comes to real estate, I'm going to take some risks because I worked in real estate as a realtor. And so I know, and I worked under Joe Manassa, who is top dog in Tallahassee. Okay. And when I'm telling you, they taught us some serious game.
Yeah.
When we came out of school, we had to go into the classroom upstairs because you learn all the technical stuff. You learn how many square feet are in an acre and all of this stuff.
Yeah.
When you're going through the class, nobody cares. Nobody cares. But when we came out of school and I signed on with Century 21, baby, we had to go to the classroom so that we can really learn how to be realtors from that point. So
now I'm looking at this chat. A lot of people are having some issues about elderly people losing their home. Let me share something with you all, because we got to get out of the mindset of helping poverty continue to exist. Check this out. Think outside the box, people. I need us to start being creative. Imagine this. What if I want a tax deed, a lien, whatever, and now I own the property. Now there's an elderly person there, and I don't have to kick them off their property.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if I let them live the rest of their beautiful life out on their property?
They already off by the time the deed, the tax deed happened. The county has already kicked them out.
This is my point.
Sorry, go ahead.
That first year, you starting to see it starting to manifest, and then that second year, you starting to see it manifest, right? And they already started to kick them off or what have you. But imagine if you could allow that person to stay there. You know what I'm saying? And they can have their property, and you don't ask for nothing. You just get it once they leave this place. It's yours.
Yeah.
You own the land. But going back to what you say, you brought out a beautiful thing. They're putting off their property regardless.
Yeah.
Why not us own it?
Yeah. You grab it and do something great with it. Here's the problem. It's too many of us who do nothing. We're going to sit by and we're going to do nothing because, okay, that's not right. Get out of that mindset and say, hey, let me as a good person go and do something, right?
Good. Yeah.
And then I can do some good, because guess what? You're going to have the person's name who got kicked off. And you're gonna know who the person is. You're gonna know how to get in contact with the person. Either you're gonna have a forwarding address, or you're gonna have a phone number, or you're gonna have something, and you can take that. Say if I paid $1,000 for somebody's house, an old house, I done paid $1,000 at a tax deed auction, and this old lady is sitting there crying because that was her house. She was born in that house. Guess what I could then do? I could take myself and say, you know what? Here's my phone number. Call me tomorrow, because they fixing to send me this deed immediately. Call me tomorrow. Let me get you back in your house, and you can pay me $50 per month just so that I can keep up the taxes. You could pay me $50 per month. I know you low income. See, good people can step in and do something.
Because what you're saying, if you don't get in the game, the game is still being played.
It's going to go on.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I see my people, they say, well, that's why I don't do it, because of this and that, but it's still happening. But now you have people that are not blessing each other, that are owning this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, if we have a good heart, a good spirit, and we are intentional about what we're doing, we can be the difference makers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We could change the whole scope and the whole thing of the whole process,
Yeah.
We can make a difference,
So it is sad. And while you can't help every single person, this is why I am a teacher. This is how God made me. So I don't do good with entertaining. And, that's probably why I am where I am, is because I don't do good with entertaining. I do good with teaching. That is what I do. Off of this camera, that's what I'm doing. I'm constantly teaching somebody something. So if we just do nothing, if we don't get into the game, we're not helping our family first and foremost, and we can't help anybody else once we get ourselves where we're supposed to be. So don't look at it like, these people are just losing. They losing. If you can do something, do it.
Yeah,
if you feel that bad about that, yes, be that interrupter. If you feel that bad about it, be that interrupter. Go ahead and step in and say, hey, you know what? I got an extra $5,000 that I ain't gonna miss. I'm not gonna miss. I was just going to invest it. I'm not gonna miss it at all. But I can help this old woman or this old man to get into that. Or
hey, Juanita Gang.
Hi, Juanita Gates.
How you doing?
Gates.
Birmingham, Alabama.
Birmingham, Alabama. How you doing? My eyes getting tired. Can you read it?
Regenerative Life says, Eco, I bought this current home 8 years ago at foreclosure from the bank. I paid the elderly previously owner balance. Also, she had a second mortgage. She made some money, and I got the deal. It's a win-win. You see what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about.
We can be the game changer.
Bless you for that. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Much blessing for me.
That is another perspective, Eco. I hadn't thought of it that way. If not you, then who?
Yeah,
Somebody
it's
is
happening.
going. It's going to happen.
That's the sad part about it. It's happening, and it's almost like, what can you imagine? You created a nonprofit organization, or maybe some of these religious organizations got involved in some of that stuff, and then now here it is, which it has happened. I have heard that, but now you have a place where the people can continue to stay there, you know, and then in the end, once it's gone, once they're gone, you still own the property, right?
Yeah.
So now you can do what you plan to do.
Yeah.
That's like a savings account. That's like
that's way better than a savings.
Yeah.
Savings accounts suck. They suck, and you really don't make any money in savings accounts. So find a different way, something else to put your money in. If you want to save money, like we look at this like a savings account, you know. A resilient dad. The news in Marin County had Black people selling their houses way under value. Oh, I'm glad you said this. The couple was educated enough to understand that they were being robbed blind, sued, and won. All right, let's talk about this. So one of my friends sent me a notice that in the appraisal field, they're going to start diversifying the appraisers. Remember, I sent you that, right?
Yeah.
They're going to start diversifying the appraisers, because if you had noticed, if you're a homeowner, if you had noticed, ain't no Black people really. There are a few. We have run into one over all the years that we've been purchasing, right?
And I know it depends on your location. Like,
well, we've been in multiple.
Atlanta, you will see something.
We've been in multiple locations. Yeah. Well, yeah. Atlanta is a whole different monster.
It's different.
However, my point is they're diversifying the field, the art, the skill of the appraisal business, because it's been handed down from one generation to the next, to the next, to the next, keeping other people out.
So let's talk about how that blends in with what the comment that was left. So now imagine this. You got a home. Say it's on the south side of town. Say it's a brick home, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, recently renovated, new roof, new appliances, everything. And then you got this same almost identical home on maybe the northeast side of town, right? And it really depends on what city it is, but go with me down this road.
Yeah.
So the south side of town, just say the south side of town is mainly maybe Hispanic, African Americans, maybe another race, another culture, right? And the Northwest is more your affluent, more your well-to-do people. And you appraiser will come and appraise that house on the south side at a rate that's different from the same house on the north side, northeast side. The problem and the complexity of a lot of this stuff is it's been allowing homes that's predominantly in people that are African American, Hispanic, they are not valuing those homes the same rate as if they were in other communities.
And now they're starting to acknowledge that.
And they're acknowledging
because they've been sued. They're starting to get sued more often. And so they're starting to acknowledge that. It's like going into a home and they're having to remove the African stuff. They're having to remove the fact that they Black in the home. They're having to remove all of this stuff, because if this white appraiser comes in and sees that Black people live in this home, I don't care what neighborhood it is, if they see Black people live in this home, or they get any signs that there are Black people living in this home, then they're going to devalue the home.
So with that, how that plays into you buying a home, if you're financing that home, if the value, just say you want to pay $200,000 for this home, and that's what they're asking. Appraiser can come in and appraise it at 180, and then the lender will say, either you come up with that $20,000, we're not giving you the loan for the 200, we give you the loan for the 180. So either the seller will have to go down on the price, or the buyer will have to come up with $20,000 to bridge that gap. But what happens is that appraiser determines that worth.
Yes.
And that's a lot of power in someone's hands.
So what
And
we
they
would
already say
always do,
appraiser is an art.
yeah, yeah, it's an art.
It's an art.
So what we would always do is we would have our realtor, typically a white woman, go in with the appraisal, get the appraisal set up for us, go in to let them in, etc.
You saying that right now?
What?
Did you realize what you just said?
Yes.
Okay.
I realized what I said.
So
but that's what we did.
The strategy was,
it's a strategy.
Was basically your numbers look quite different.
Yes.
When you do certain things like that, versus we have had other realtors that were the same complexion as ours, and the appraisers did not come as solid as before.
I mean, it sounds harsh because it is. It is harsh, but it's also harsh that if you look like me, you can't get the same quality, you can't get the same price, you can't get, so yeah,
but the difference maker is if we can get involved in the real estate, we can wear more hats and we can become appraisers, we can come home inspectors, we can come all of that, we can bridge that gap. And we can bring things a whole lot more whole. That's the whole goal. And
we're gonna get off of this. Yeah. But we having people, so now Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac are doing classes in order to train a diverse appraisal community. All right. So that's what's happening.
Yeah.
All right. The Virginia Bushcrafter says real estate is a great industry. I've been in it since 1984, and real estate is a risk, but I still love it. I love it too. I love it too. I don't care how much of a risk it is. I still love it. I absolutely love it. And without, just what Jay said, without educated risk, no opportunity. Where there's no risk, there's no reward.
No reward.
So you gotta go. You just gotta go and get in. Bushcrafter says EcoNeighbor is not just elderly people losing their homes because of taxes. It's also their heirs that just don't care. Absolutely. Good. You are so right. You're so right.
I've watched some beautiful piece of property just it's one not too far from us. It just deteriorates because the heirs are just won't do nothing.
They just will not do right. They won't do right. And, the elderly people, a lot of those people, they in their 80s, then they were born in like the 20s, right? So they don't know all of this stuff that we know. They didn't have access. Well, whatever. A long time ago. They didn't have access to all of this stuff, all of the information that we have access to now. And so that's why the good people, who are out there and who sees the wrong happening, we got to do something. If we're not doing something, like, get yourself straight first. But if you're not doing nothing, then you're not gonna help nobody. Go ahead.
So Wayne says, folk, once the county is listing an elderly person's property for sale for non-tax payments, it's too late for them. You can only help them and yourself during maybe bankruptcy, foreclosure, like I stated. Period.
Yeah, because they out. They already out. They already out on the street.
I appreciate that. All in the soil. Thank you.
Thank you, All in the Soil. You can't do great sitting on the sidelines. You can't do nothing sitting on the sidelines.
Can't score no
nothing but talk.
Nothing
but talk. Blessings. This is so often. Thank you, Juanita Gates. Thank you. Thank you. Vax Eco, become the landlord. Juice with Jay.
All day.
Yeah, Juice with Jay, the landlord.
They be knowing. You know
the
about
landlord.
It. Trust me.
There should be more minority appraisers. Yes, and that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. Hands in the Dirt says, I see a whole lot of people. Hey, I see a whole lot of people that don't look like me on the courthouse steps, almost like it's targeted. But by all means, it's a business. That it's up to us. We got to stop making excuses. It's up to us to get our butts out there.
There's no room for emotions.
A lot of people, family members, have let their parents go. Yes. Miss Harriet Claire, how you doing? We have got to stop making excuses, stop blaming other people, and get out there and get stuff done. Yeah. We got to get stuff done. Stop blaming other people, because we have the access to information, but we rather go to entertaining people than to go to people who actually going to teach you something and help you to get your life better.
Do y'all realize we have access to so much knowledge, so much information? And do you not know that right now I can get up right now and I can go to town and I can go sit in the library and I can go read and I can check out a book and bring it home and no one stops me. I don't get stopped, harassed to go get, but when you think about it in the past, we couldn't just leave. Like I think about
our home library in our home city. Oh my God, them was some of the most racist people I ever ran into. They did not want us in there at all.
And if you sat in there reading, or even if you had you and your friends sitting in there looking at, they would try to get you out of there.
Yeah,
I mean they'll harass
they
you.
will, yes.
Harass you. I'm not talking about what happens in the 1800s.
My mama was like, "You need me to come to the library, or you gonna go back and handle it?"
Yeah,
I'm going.
because
I'm
I'm saying all of this to say that what you just said, Gigi, there's no excuses. Let's stop making excuses why we don't do certain things, and let's get involved. Let's learn. Let's grow. Let's share this knowledge with others.
Yeah.
I cannot stand watching a lot of these video and people that's well-to-do and that looks like me, and they'll be like, "Well, I can't tell you the secret. Well, I can't tell you this. I can't tell you that."
Annoys the heck
I'm
out
like, you ain't winning then.
I'm gonna tell you everything that I know. Everything that I know, I'm going to put it out there. If you want to know, email me, whatever, or you gonna get it on a video. Yeah. But I'm gonna tell everything I know, because that makes no sense. Brother Lawrence said, do the bank order appraisals? Sometimes they do, but we always ordered our own appraisal. We wanted to have the option to select who our appraisals were, and typically we would get somebody who was not in our immediate area.
Let's talk about banking, and let's talk about having services done. A lot of times in the real estate game, we try to do a mortgage broker.
Mm-hmm.
We don't like local banks.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing against local banks, but local banks are the reason why some cities stay the way they are.
Yes.
It's the continuum of that whole process. And people can hate me for it all they want to, but let's keep it real. Most of the times they will look at you at a certain way, they will value you at a certain way because it's local.
Mm-hmm.
We try to get a mortgage broker, someone who has access to multiple banks, who has access. And if the local bank want to get in with the mortgage broker, they'll submit their bid and it still be local bank. We have no problem with that. But that mortgage broker will look at multiple avenues and multiple options.
Mm-hmm.
That broker will share with you, this is what we have. I know this is what you want, but these are the opportunities.
This as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then their mindset is not typically from there in that community. They're there to make that sale and get it done.
Get that
right?
Close.
Then the appraisal piece, the inspection piece, all that, we want control over that because we want to have, once we build a relationship, because we have moved a few properties. And when we start using some of the same people who have been beneficial to us, and so we select them, not based on price, but based on skill set, based on agreeability, based on meeting our objectives, because they working. If we're paying for them, they're working for us. One of the things that I learned when I was younger, when we purchased our first property, we did not understand that the lending, the everybody that did the work that we paid for, they worked for us. We were like, okay, all right, okay, all right. We were doing what they and we got straight screwed.
We got $10,000 worth of screws
more
on that deal.
And that's the thing.
Because we ain't know no better. I was 21, you were like 23, 24?
23. So when you pay for a service, they work for you. Keep that mindset. Second thing, they need to explain to you what they're doing, why they're doing, and what they're charging for. If you don't understand that, you need to cut them off.
Yeah.
Find you someone who will.
And
they don't have the patience.
That was the motivating factor for me going into real estate. I was like, I will never be ignorant again when going, and we knew that we were going to buy more property and all of that. But I was like, I will never be ignorant again going into where people in this business know more about what I'm about to do than I do. So Yeah. GT, how you doing?
What's up, GT?
We'll be at, babe.
I'm trying to get down. Thank you, Hands in Dirt. You too, man.
MHW, how you doing? Just found your channel referred from Lead 73.
Appreciate it.
Newly
Thank
found as well. Thank you for being here. Wait a minute. Go back.
A tide lifts all
A
boats.
tide lifts all boats.
That's it. That's it.
I get my own comps before I speak with a realtor and appraiser.
That Virginia boy.
I want them to know I'm not dumb. Numbers don't lie, and that's what I'm talking about.
I love it.
That's what I'm talking
So
about.
how can you get comps? Talk about that.
Man,
how can you do your own comps? Man, all this internet out here.
All this internet, you can get comps.
Zillow. Zillow is a good
like
place
a
to start.
Classic one.
So ZILLOW.
Yes.
You go do Zillow, you do your address, you look up your property. Your property will give you a Zestimate. They'll give you a Zestimate.
Which don't mean nothing.
Don't mean nothing.
You know, it'll be kind of close.
It gives you an idea. Yeah. And then what you can do, look at your neighbor's property and look at properties and try to find, and it also got a little tab down there that say recently sold.
Yes.
And you can look at the recently sold.
That's where you're going
to find it. And then if you got a 4-bedroom and those sold have a 3-bedroom, you want to give yourself just a little bit more. Or if it's vice versa, you want to give yourself a little bit less.
You're going to look at everything in that property. You're going to look at, it's literally a comparable. You're going to compare them, apples for apples, granite for granite. If you got granite in one property and you got laminate in another property, then you know that property with the granite is going to get more credit for having the granite, for having the upgrade. One got a swimming pool, the other one don't. Then you know the one with the pool is going to get a little, it's going to be a little more beefy in terms of the price. Compared to the one that does not. So Zillow is a great one. It's a great one. If you have access to the MLS, if you know somebody who can give you access to the MLS, which some of them will do it. I ain't gonna tell, but some of them will give you access to the MLS. Yeah. If you know anything about using the MLS system where the realtors put all of the information,
right, Wayne.
Then you can get information from there as well. But that is great, Virginia Bushcraft, to do your own comps.
I love it.
We do our own comps
before we even think about doing something.
On top of that, I'll do the comps, and then when we going into a deal, I start harassing the closing company right away, asking them, give me a preliminary closing statement.
Yes.
I start harassing them right away.
How much you need to bring to closing.
No
surprises. I don't want no surprises
when it comes to the closing table.
And let me tap back into regenerative.
Okay.
So he says 100% facts are main issues are most of us are first generation home buyers and don't read and educate ourselves. The other problem is we have fear of the risk. Y'all life is fear.
What you really should be afraid of is them dirty landlords.
Yeah.
Because they'll kick you out in a heartbeat. It's some great landlords out there. We got friends who are landlords, and we've been landlords before as well. We're going to be landlords again in the future. So there are some of us out there that are great and that, you make sure you take care of our property, and guess what? We're going to take care of you. But there are some out there who are just about their bottom line, baby. And just about their bottom line.
And what I wanted to kind of tap in with that fear is young people. If you're young watching this live episode, I know you've been raised right. I know you've been respectful. I know you've treated adults with respect. But when it comes down to your money and you spending your money, I need you to get your grown pants on. And if people are not willing to explain, answer your questions, you find someone who is. You can respectfully do this, but you need to hold these people accountable. First-time home owners,
oh my gosh.
If you are going through this process and you feel overwhelmed and the realtor that you have selected is not being that soft place for you,
they need
find
to
you
educate you.
Find you another realtor that's going to sit down and walk you through this process, not going to rush you through nothing.
Mhm.
They're going to talk to you. They're going to educate you.
Mhm.
They're going to also defend you,
Mhm.
because you need one about that life.
Yes.
Because some of these other realtors, they look to seek and destroy.
I need the realtors that are like me.
We done had
Those
some.
are the ones
Woo.
that I need on my team, because I don't want to have to, like, if you're gonna get my business, okay, I don't want to have to be stepping in all the time. I need you to be like me. I need you to be outspoken, and I need you to be willing to say what needs to be said, because some of these people just play games. We had
Seed,
one.
soil, and sunshine.
Hi, how you doing? How you doing? We had one that was bringing an offer on our house. Put in an offer, okay?
Mhm.
Had a contract,
Mhm.
put in an offer, and all of a sudden she got ghost. So
Yeah, yeah.
then we
remember that.
gave her, you give people 48 hours,
Mhm.
24, 48 hours, just kind of depending on how your market is going,
Put time on
to
action.
respond, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
And this lady just got ghost. She just ghosted. And we were like, okay, what are we doing? Because you have until tomorrow to respond, but you're not answering our realtors' calls. You're not answering our calls. Like, what is happening?
You knew
And she
something
just,
wrong.
yeah, we knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
I'm like, let us know, because we can put our house back on the market,
Mhm.
And if you don't respond, then we're gonna keep that 3,000.
Security deposit. Yeah.
That we're gonna keep that 3,000. So you better say something. We don't want these people not having their money,
Mhm.
but you're taking our house off the market. So you have to have somebody who is willing to speak up,
Mhm.
somebody who is willing to talk, to say what they have to say.
Follow through is so
And this
important.
is one of the things that I'm teaching the girls about this whole real estate game, because they're gonna be in it.
Mhm.
Teaching them all of that stuff is that you have to make sure that you're willing to ask the hard questions of your realtor, of anybody else. Go through your realtor. If you the buyer, let them do the talking. But sometimes the realtors are so timid that you have to tell them what to
What
ask.
to do.
That's why
Yeah.
you got to be educated.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if you're not educated,
Mhm.
you don't know what needs to be
You're
happening.
the one who's gonna have to live through that contract.
Yeah.
You're the one who's gonna have to execute that contract. So you want to be educated and you want to know. Now, Belinda asked the question, what is your
Yeah.
take on land/mobile home packages? We can speak to that. We can speak to that. Let me share this. First of all, a mobile home, let's talk about
Manufactured homes
let's talk
since
about
the 70s.
manufacturers. So you
Yeah.
got manufactured homes, you got mobile homes, and then you got what they call modular homes.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a distinct difference between all of those.
Mhm.
A mobile home is no different between the RV. It's viewed the same way.
Mhm.
It has a frame, it has wheels, and it can be moved and transport wherever you go. So your taxes are going to be different.
Mhm.
Your insurance is going to be different. Your equity is going to be different.
Yes.
Your interest rate, if you finance, is going to be way different from
Yes.
housing.
Yes.
You can't do an FHA. Now let's talk
Well-
about not mobile, but now
Some things are
manufactured. Well, if it's connected to land,
Yeah.
you're going to have to bring
Okay.
the two together.
Okay.
You can't just do a mobile home
Yeah.
and you don't own the land. You got to bring the two together. The two got to merge. Now, manufactured home could be a home when you ride down the neighborhood. It could be a manufactured home. Manufactured only means that there's a plant, there's a facility, they build that house under that roof of that facility, and it's trucked in and it's brought in to your location.
Mhm.
So some people, when they think about manufactured home, they think about a trailer. It's not, I mean, it can be a trailer, but it doesn't have to be. It could be a stick built with bricks and everything else.
Yeah.
That could be a manufactured home.
Yeah.
So a lot of people get confused on that. Modular home is typically something that you have to put the foundation.
Mhm.
You have to have the home attached to the foundation. So the foundation could be brick, It
But
could
you
be
have on
concrete.
frame and off
You
frame.
got okay, yeah. Then you got on frame and off frame. Man, you taking it to school. So on frame is what? On frame.
Is when it's still sitting on the frame, even though it's on a foundation, right? It's still sitting on the frame. But an off frame is like when you just gonna have a concrete slab and it's going to be looked at
Typically,
as
a crane is involved.
yeah,
The
you have to
crane
get
is
the
going to bring it
cranes to
in.
come in.
So let's talk about foundation. You have wooden foundations
Mhm.
raised up above the ground, typically on some pillars.
Mhm.
Then you have like a concrete slab.
Mhm.
Then you also may have a combination of the two. You may have, like, if it needs to be elevated off the ground, you may have some cinder blocks, some concrete blocks framing with
Mhm.
some fill-in soil and then some concrete on top of it. So
Mhm.
there's all kinds of ways you can do these homes, but all of them are rated and they have certain guidelines.
Mhm.
If the interest rate is 8% and you're looking at a mobile home or a manufactured home that style like that, which now they deem all mobile homes now manufactured homes. Since when?
The
The
70s.
70s?
Yeah, it was in the
Okay,
70s.
so now if you go to a mobile home dealership, expect your interest rate will not be 8%.
Nah,
It's going to be higher.
you're probably
And
gonna get a good 10%.
sometimes
9% was
13. I've
probably
just recently heard someone got
yeah.
one for 13%. Now, I don't want your heart to jump through your roof of your mouth, but understand this. Find out what you can. If you buy a brand new class example, I'm going to give y'all a cheat code real quick. You can buy a mobile home or manufactured home. Let me stop saying mobile. Buy a brand new manufactured home with the lot included. You buy that, then you find your farm credit union.
Mm-hmm.
It got to be brand new. That's the key. It got to be brand new. Then you can refinance it, and they're going to view it as more like a home, and your interest rate will be cheaper. So a lot of people, they'll say, hey, I don't care what I get it in the beginning. I just need to get it. And then I'm going to go and refinance it, and I'm going to get a cheaper interest rate. That's another cheat code for a house. You can go buy a house, but look at your refinance interest rate, because sometimes your refinance interest rate is cheaper than your initial buying. So some people, they do that.
Credit right.
That credit got to be
I
right
did
now.
A credit video.
Credit got to be right.
Nobody watch it, but I did a video on credit. You gotta keep your credit right. You gotta keep your credit right, because when you go back, when you get to say 2 years from now, 3 years from now, the interest rates start to go back to the 5% range. If your credit is not right, you're going to miss out. You got to be ready. You got to stay ready so that when that time comes that the interest rates start to go down, then you can go ahead and say, hey, Mr. Banker, I need to do a refi. They're going to be like, okay, what's your credit looking like?
Yeah.
That's first thing.
We see the equity in your home.
We know you got the equity in your home, but what that credit do?
Yep.
So keep that credit right. Keep it right.
Bro, Lawrence says, I'm doing that now with our loan officer. It's been a month, even though I got the paperwork at hand, trying to make sure that the closing cost is what I
tell them to give you that preliminary closing statement.
Yes.
And that way, if you have that preliminary closing statement, then those numbers typically are not going to deviate a whole lot. It's preliminary, okay?
Yeah.
So
There's
some things could change in the meantime.
And it's just like this.
But some
people, they don't realize that interest rate fluctuates on a consistent basis. It's like the stock market, right? You try to lock in. If you see a good interest rate, you try to lock in. Some people don't like locking in because what if it go down and they feel like they're missing something? But if you're noticing volatile type situations and you want to be sure that this is what I'm going to pay this out, you can ask to get your interest rate locked in once you go ahead and get near the closing point in time. A good book, Home Buyers Beware, $18. Let me say this too, Juicing with Jay. I'm working on a book too, as far as land ownership and changing generational wealth.
Okay.
It'll be coming. It'll be coming. Y'all stay tuned. Bushcrafter says I'm a landlord and I operate only within the four corners of the lease and nothing else. No pay, no stay. 5-day notice to correct or vacate. And then the courthouse. It's a business, not a charity.
It's not charity.
If we could just have, whenever it comes to business, that's how we gotta understand is emotions.
We gotta stop putting our emotion. We so emotional, and
Appreciate
nothing
that,
wrong with being
Miss
emotional. This is all in the soil. Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Nothing wrong with being emotional, but when it comes to business, you got to be educated.
That's
like
the
get
thing
your emotions out of the way.
J.K. Gardner, not quite sure about that.
Do I still have my license in Florida? I don't still have my license in Florida. I am an investor now. So I have other family members who are becoming realtors, but I'm on the investor side now. I'm not, what they face been in? His face been in just both of them.
Yeah,
face just covered in dirt. But no, I don't have my license anymore. But will I get it again? I doubt it. I doubt it. I'm more of an investor now.
So Juicing with Jay said Redfin is close to MLS also if you want to poke around.
Okay.
Good info, man. Appreciate that.
I ain't never
Sweet Thorn says you zoom in on some Zillow maps and we'll show estimates on all the surrounding properties.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Where are the good realtors?
There's tons of good realtors out there.
A lot of them.
There are tons of them.
You know, one of the things that we like to do when we select on a realtor is we're not going to talk about property. We're just going to have conversation. We're going to begin to cultivate a relationship.
Yeah.
If this person is not a person in the thick of the moment, you can call and know that they're going to shoot you straight up or be like, I mean, you gotta be able to call them, and sometimes you might be like, I made a decision not to go this way. I made a decision, and they gotta be cool and okay with it.
You know what? People will treat you how you let them. So you have to teach people how to treat you. And so if you are the type of person where you're not willing to educate yourself, you're going to get taken advantage of. So make sure that you know some of what you're talking about. Modular homes costing more than on-site homes. Well, not here.
No,
they don't cost more than on-site homes here.
It may
now
be
they up
area.
there.
Yeah.
They're up there. The modular homes are definitely up there.
$300,000, $400,000 modular homes. You know.
Yeah.
But if you had to build it.
But if you had to build that, then you're looking at 600,
700.
So
that's here.
We can only speak for our area.
Like reference with a FHA loan. So FHA, you can do a FHA loan with a mobile home, with
a land home package.
It got to be land home package. If you do the FHA, you got to do the land home. And what's attractive for those of you who don't know about FHA, all you have to generally put down is 3.5%.
And that's why we're attracted to it.
Yeah, we're attracted to it for the 3.5.
I got a video that I'm gonna do about FHA loans.
The fixed rate is an attraction too. I don't like variable rates.
Yeah.
Some people, that's your thing, that's your thing. I like fixed rates. And if I don't like that fixed rate, I will refinance and change it.
Yeah. Growing what I eat. Thank you so much.
What's up?
Great information.
Appreciate that.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Sweet Thumb says barndominiums is a interesting idea, but even getting into those has some things to consider. Absolutely. I've been talking to somebody about a barndominium just recently, actually.
I'm going to tell you too, lending
is different
with a barndominium too.
But it's just mostly like you're not going to be able to do
to the lender.
You're not going to be able to do the FHA.
No.
You ain't gonna be able to do that. You're gonna have to go with a conventional loan, but you're also gonna have to look at places like Farm Credit. Like here in North Florida, we have a Farm Credit of Northwest Florida
Yeah.
that we use to buy a piece of land, raw land before. So they'll do raw land deals, but they'll also do barndominiums.
Yeah,
Because
because
I
some
call
lenders
them,
won't do barndominium.
yeah, I called
Um,
them about it just recently. And you got to have with them, you have to have a 680 credit score. So again, you got to keep your credit up. You got to have that 680 credit score for them to do a barndominium. Then the percentages that you put down are also going to be a little bit
higher.
different,
Yeah.
just depending on, you know, who you're going through. Resilient Dad. Thank you, Resilient
Sure.
Dad. Said, man, if I would have learned this before, it would have saved me thousands in my first property. Gems. I had to get it out the mud, and now we're here. Listen, started from the bottom.
Now we made it to the top, baby.
That's all right.
I love hearing a good story in the know, man. You know what I'm saying?
Seriously.
Keep in mind debt to income.
Absolutely. Your debt
So
to
learn
income
about
for a
wraparound
barndominium cannot be over 40%.
Yeah.
Your debt
Just
to
have a
income
good
ratio
realtor and
with
attorney.
Farm Credit of Northwest
No
Florida.
bank involved.
Yeah, you got yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah, you gotta learn right. Mayzik, how
What's
you
up,
doing?
Mayzik?
Good to see you. What else? Any more questions?
Let's see.
I'll pick your book up. I'm gonna be the first.
Hey, I appreciate it, man.
I'll be the first one.
Yeah, I
You better
appreciate
tell
it.
me before you
I'm
put it
working on that book, man. I'm working on it.
Oh. Y'all hit on something, investing your money. Once you get 6 months of income and savings for emergency, etc., you need to invest before then. Invest before that 6-month period, because guess what it's going to do? When you get that return, you're going to be able to put even more in. So
let's think about like this too. What if your savings is investing?
well,
Like imagine this. So just say if I want to, I start putting $500 a month to the side.
Yeah.
Why not putting it into an investing, a solid investment tool?
Yeah.
Like sometimes we just put it in like maybe savings account or something like that.
You ain't gonna get no money off of it.
I mean,
those savings accounts don't pay jack.
You get 2 cents
put
in
it
a
in
year.
a Roth. If you got $500 a month, put it in that Roth IRA. That Roth IRA, they protecting that Roth IRA and putting a limit on it for a reason. So if you got extra money, put it in that Roth IRA. Find a company that has Charles Schwab or whoever that has the least fees monthly or whatever, or
so Family Man
says, your money and use them. Open that Roth IRA. They keeping it at $6,500 per year for a reason, because they know you're gonna make some good money off of that. But anyway, go ahead. Some hard money lenders will lend on land. Oh yeah, in Ohio, yeah, anywhere.
That period.
Anyway,
some people don't even think about it. You can get a payday loan and buy some land.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
You can do all kinds.
I mean, but this is
think outside of the box.
Yeah, this is the thing.
But you got to handle your business too. So if you don't pay that payday loan back,
you lose the land.
They coming to get your stuff. Hi,
It's native. Roth is key.
There you go, Resilient Dad.
Roth is key.
Get in that Roth. Put that $6,500 a year in that Roth, man.
With FHA, you can get up to four units if you live in one.
That
instant income property.
That.
Now, juicing with Jay.
You can do it. You can do it off. Yeah, with 3.5% down. That's the point juicing with Jay was trying to make, is that you can get that FHA loan and you can have 3.5% down. But let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. So now they have 3.5.
No, I'm talking about they got a new rate now with multiple. You need to check into that.
No, I don't know about that.
No, I'm serious.
They may have done that. Well, let me tell you, if that is true, and I haven't seen it in the last few weeks. If that is true, it's in response to the new conventional loans that only require 5% down. Y'all, if you know, you know. If you don't know, let me tell you. Now they have pushed out a new system of loans where you can only put 5% down. So they're trying to compete with the FHA. You can only put 5% down for a conventional loan if you are buying a income producing property. So if you're going to buy a duplex, a triplex, a quadruplex, you can put 5% down on a conventional loan now. Y'all got to get in this game. I'm telling you, you got to get in this game. They're changing up because they have to. And they said that, I'm sorry, let me finish this thought. They said that it's because they want to help the landlords. They want to help the people make more affordable housing.
Yes.
So this is the reason that they gave. This was just about a month ago, and I meant to do a video on it, but I ain't been doing videos.
Now see, you going down a whole. I mean, it's about 15 things that popped in my head because you got. I don't know if y'all know, but y'all got communities, and if you really go to the rough side of town, and some of these communities, they even have assistance for if you buying some of these multiple unit where they can help as far as tax reduction and also help assist in some of the down payment. So y'all look into some of that too, because there's some things out there.
Stuff out here. Y'all got to keep your eyes open, and I'm gonna try to do better about keeping y'all updated. On what's happening out here.
So it sounds like people like real estate. We're gonna be talking a little bit more about real estate.
Yeah, 5% resilient, Dad. 5% on a conventional, but you got to be in one. And then get you a quad. That's the best way to do it.
Now imagine this. You sending your child off to college.
Yeah.
And just say that's a college town like Tallahassee. Tallahassee got right at 100,000 students in that city, in that town.
Yeah.
So imagine this. You send your child off to college. You buy a duplex. Your child live in one side of that duplex and collect rent off the other side of that duplex. Then once your child graduate, now either your child can own that rental income or you can own that rental income, and now you know it's booming because it's in a college town. And now you don't have to pay for that dorm fee or no other rent to somebody else, and then now you got a revenue producing income and you done got your child through college. Then guess what happened? That rental income will give you money back on what you spent in college. Now you got a money maker. Then just say, I don't want to have nothing to do with it because it's in another state or it's in another area. Before you liquidate it, I would encourage you find your good realtor again, or more or property manager. That realtor can find a property manager, can maintain that property. You pay them a set fee every month. They let you know whenever some problems, issues. You don't have to do nothing but sit and collect your rent and collect that monthly income, and you're winning. And just say you get tired of it. Just say, I'm done. I'm sick of it. You can sell it. And then you turn around and get a profit on top of that.
You're getting equity, right?
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win. It is a win-win.
It's a win-win.
One of the first properties that I was helping somebody purchase was a townhome for a student.
That's right. I remember that.
Remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
It was a townhome for a student. And so this lady, her son was going to college here. And so she called me in order to get me to help him to buy a townhome so that he could be renting out one or two of the rooms, whatever. We ended up finding like a 3 bedroom, I think. And he ended up being able to go to college and not having to stay in the dorm, not having to pay all of those exorbitant fees. And let me tell you, we got a college student, okay? And she decided that she didn't want a roommate. She didn't want to stay on campus. So she got her own, she don't have her own place, but she has roommates still, but they have to pay $600 a month for a room.
For a room.
One room.
So if it's a 4-bedroom with a common place, that's $2,400 a month for that one unit. I'm telling y'all, it's crazy out here. Now imagine you got 50 of them units. We talking about some serious
Y'all
money.
remember the game of Monopoly?
Oh my goodness, man.
What you were going for? You were going for the apartment buildings.
Yeah.
You were going for the hotels.
Hotels.
You were going for the big. We got to start playing Monopoly.
So Wayne says, folks, if you are a veteran or your spouse is a veteran, the VA home loan, no money down, no closing costs, nothing, zero. I'm tired of seeing you vets not using this benefit.
Get it.
Every home I built and own, zero down.
Use that VA loan.
You work for it.
Use that VA loan. Our veterans put themselves, I can't even
total
say
at risk.
that I would do the same. Our veterans put themselves at risk for
much love
us.
And shout out to all of our veterans.
Yes.
I mean,
we come from military families.
Yeah, all around.
We love our vets. But I'm telling you, man, get in this game.
Miss Shirley OG says, my landlady getting new windows for our building.
Nice.
She couldn't do that before I'm happy.
Very good. Very good.
That's going to help on your utility bills.
Utility bills.
That's definitely going to help on the utility bill.
I literally was looking at property in my college town for this reason. It's cheap compared to other Big 10 college towns. Yeah.
Jump on it.
Yes, jump on it.
Jump
you know,
on.
We got FSU, we got FAMU, we got Tallahassee Community College, we got Lively Technical, we got Kaiser. So we are a real college town.
Berry still there?
We have
Berry College.
Oh, what are they called? Yeah, we have like two more. We have two more.
And now she mentioned FAMU, FSU, Resilient. Imagine if that college athletic program jumped off. Game changer.
Game changer.
If you get 1 or 2 seasons where things really jump off, man, you own property there.
It's just up.
Even if you have to knock down that property, charge them for parking in the lots.
Yes.
Get it convenient and close.
You can make your whole double your salary just off of parking.
I mean, it's crazy out here, man.
Real estate is
smart move, man.
I'm retired military. You're absolutely right. Appreciate you all in the soil.
Boardwalk.
Yes.
You can create your own board. Yes. I'm with that.
We got our home through VA benefits, zero down.
Zero down.
It's Native Cherokee.
Zero down. Imagine this. You buy a $500,000 house.
It's Barry. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have one of our friends is a doctor, went through Barry. Yes, looking around Lynchburg University and Liberty University colleges for multifamily homes to buy. That is the way.
Another thing. Since we talking about college town, since we talking about university town, Coin Laundry. Coin Laundry. Coin Laundry.
Laundromats. Yes.
Laundromats.
And more
laundromats.
And parking.
And laundromats. And parking. Between parking and laundromat, we talking about sit on your backsides.
Yes.
Get you a manager that's going to be diligent and do that. And let it rain. It's gonna hurt now because there's a bunch of quarters coming down, but let it rain.
Yeah.
And residual income.
Yes.
Residual income. And when you get tired of it, guess what you can do?
People always say, I want that passive income. I want that passive income. But baby, get in the game.
And when you get tired of it, guess what you can do?
Sell it. Get your equity. That's what you can do.
My fam graduated there. Oh, really? That's cool. Graduated which one? FAMU or FSU?
That's what's up.
Let's see.
Veggie Farming says, my grandmother's house is across the street from a college stadium, and we collect money for parking weekly.
Winning! Winning!
Yes, Lord.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, Lord. Just think. NMO, no closing costs, 0%. 100% disability. Yeah, no property taxes. Oh well. Just winning. Just winning.
I love these people winning, man.
A relative bought a duplex and lived there while renting the other side. The neighbor never knew she was the owner because she used a property manager.
That's what you do.
That's what
I don't want to deal with my tenants.
That's what I'm doing next.
I'm telling you,
Is
get
using
your
a property manager. We did our
even know.
own the last
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
and you know,
Definitely
our
going to
person was great though.
Yeah.
He took care of the property, and
Yeah.
like we didn't have any problem. But only thing was, he didn't let us know that he was
The
leaving.
cat dipped on
He
him.
he put the keys in the mail, and one day we just got the keys in the mail. We were like, oh. And he was like, babe, what we supposed to do about this? I said, he ain't getting his deposit back. That's what we gonna do.
Yeah,
That's what we gonna do about it. But he obviously didn't care. I sent him a nice little letter in the mail. Thank you for the keys, but thank you for this deposit also, because you didn't give any notice that you were leaving. So,
but
hey, it was a win-win.
Yeah, it's always a win-win. I think it's real estate is definitely a long game. It's not a short game.
Yeah.
It's not like a day trade. But if you got some patience, some times, and if you're consistent, I think it's definitely a beneficial.
And then again, you can still get in with the tax liens, the tax deeds, you know.
And
You can
like
get
I
in.
said, just because you buy property don't mean you have to stay there.
You don't have to stay there.
Just because you buy property don't mean you have to stay there. You know? So it ain't nothing but options, y'all.
Yeah.
But with that said, you have survived another episode of Eco Nation News that you may or may not be able to use.
Y'all made it.
But you made it through another Eco Nation News.
Gigi made it today.
Gigi, I'm honored to have you, baby, because I thought I lost you for a minute. But
I was trying to get you to drop the link so I could have came on inside.
Look at this. Drop the link. So I do this. Wait a minute now. I do this.
Nah, don't
I do
the
the share.
No. You don't do no share.
No, but I'm saying guess.
Yes.
Invite
guess.
Copy. Close it out. Where did I put it? That's what I'm trying to let you know.
I don't know.
Where did I put that thing at?
I don't know.
That was my problem.
I ain't good.
That was my problem.
I don't know. No, that ain't it.
See? I can't put it in there.
Okay, take that down.
Okay.
Go back to banners.
Banners.
And I'll touch it. Okay. Now we're good. Yeah.
Oh, I had that up there? Okay.
Yeah, you put that up there.
Y'all be easy, be well, stay blessed. Take care. Don't forget to do what?
Keep on growing, guys.
Grow. Take care
guys.
now.